Howdy, everybody. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one-shots, we do mini-campaigns, we do long-running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, we pretty much do it all. Tonight, we are playing some Through the Breach, a game based on the Malifaux tabletop miniature game that I loved to play back when I did miniatures. Um, I'm not going to do that through the entire intro. Hello, everybody. I'm super excited. This game looks amazing. Just I am so in. There are just those games that you find and you just fall in love with them immediately. This is one for me. But I do have just a few announcements to go through. First of all, the first being that we do have two sponsors tonight. The first is Hero Forge. It is the site that we use to make all those beautiful tokens you see for each of our lovely characters. You go to heroforge.com to make super customized miniature models and even get them sent straight to your door for whenever the heck we can roll dice in person again. They're constantly adding new features, new weapons, new upgrades for your miniatures. Like recently they added like grassy bases. They also added like 1920s outfits, pilot gear. They added what they call shinobi gear. It's all just, it's amazing.
They just dropped like Wastelander gear too. It's very cool.
Ah, yes. I, in my spare time, if I have nothing else to do, which doesn't happen very often, I will absolutely just go and make minis because it's just fun. But I'm gonna post a link for you here in chat because the my mods are all asleep. Shame. But you can use the link there in chat to not only get cool stuff but support us in the process, and we heckin' love you for it. Our other sponsor, as I start the music here. Please let me know if that's too loud. I can turn it down. I'm going to turn it down just a little. Is Epidemic Sound. It is a website that has a library of just thousands of royalty-free sound effects and tracks of any genre you could ever want. This will be my favorite example I'll use always because I had a stream where I needed music from 1970s trap western. And they gave me a list of like 100 tracks that fit that category. It's incredible. Once again, you can use a link there in chat to get 60 days totally free access to the entire library. At the end of the 60 days, if you decide you don't want it, you don't need it, you can cancel it. Doesn't cost you a penny, but it supports us no matter what. The moment you use that link, it supports us, and we heckin' love you for it. All right. Other than that, coming up, we have some Pathfinder. We have a lot of Pathfinder coming up. As well as the conclusion to our Aliens game, run by the lovely Meg Mysteria, and even some Cult coming up here in a few days. So stick around. You can join our Discord, link is down below. It's that big old button that says Discord. It's where we post all of our casting calls, our schedules, our cat pictures, our dog pictures, and where we just generally hang out and be giant nerds. Other than that, I think I should pass over to the actual stars of the show, give them a chance to tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, and if I may, have you read off the prophecy that your character was given upon character creation. We will start from left to right. This is always my favorite part because I know who's next. They have no idea who's next. They don't know the order. I could be making this up for all they know. But we are going to start with Jeff.
Me. Good day. I am Jeff. I will be playing Ross Nelson, General Weirdo, who's a weirdo. I won't say more. But his destiny is these destinies are pretty wild, guys. So get ready for all of these. My destiny is, should you choose to leave the coins behind, he will shade your tired eyes, for you must dredge the waters until the just give up their dead. The end will find them in the garden, and it cackles from the locket.
Yep. That's the kind of that's what you all signed up for today.
That's me.
But that brings us over to Sin.
Oh, I am Sin, Synthetic 20. I use they them pronouns, and I will be playing Dwayne Lewis today that uses he him pronouns. And Dwayne Lewis is an older blacksmith gentleman. And his destiny is, as you walk backwards through the knife, you will find the answer you cannot speak, for silence brings inspiration at the door. Frozen hearths crawl along the stone, and you seek the sound of your last breath.
Very cool. Alright, so that brings us over to Marlo.
That's me. Hi, I'm Marlo. I use she, they pronouns. I'm playing June tonight. June uses she, her pronouns. June is a, what do we say? Wastrel?
Wastrel, yeah.
Is that, did I pronounce that
There
right?
you go.
Thank you. Wastrel. You read a word and then you have to say a word. You've never said the word out loud. Where does the accent go? We don't know. This is English. Hello. So she is she's a gambler. She cheats. She uses sleight of hand. She wins money, and she cheats a lot of people. So she's got to be good at getting away and talking her way out of situations. That's what she is. That's all she's ever known since she was a kid, because her dad was the type of guy, if you needed a job done, he's the one who could do it for you. What was it called? The term here?
Prophecy.
The prophecy. That's it. If you find the patience to spin silver thread into gold, the dusk of a new sun will light your steps into the cave. I'm thinking of saying this in the right order because I think I mixed them up in here, but we'll go with
It's
it.
backwards.
Yeah, but I mixed them up.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. I jacked it up. So when I was taking screenshots and had to backtrack when I was creating the character. So, the dusk of the new sun will light your steps into the cave, and you will drown in the sorrow of yesterday. The empty mind will know the lie from the judgment, and you will murder the deserving.
Damn. Oh, that was so good.
You're gonna murder
So-
the deserving. I'm gonna walk backwards through the knife. So
There we go.
Oh, fantastic.
Hopefully it's not my knife.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't step backwards if June's behind you. Then.
But that brings us over to Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. He, him. What? Tonight I will be playing Mr. Solomon Temple, a somewhat middle-aged man from Texas who has decided to send himself to Malifaux in order to try and make a better living so that he could support his aging parents. Well known as a gunslinger and a man with little patience for nonsense. The prophecy reads as thus: as upon your back you carry the brightest star into the shadows, you will not heed the mentor. You will remember the mirror and shadow of the stream. The circle will bind as well as the grave, and she will mourn you all of her days. Sounds freaking tragic to me.
I can see how every single one of those prophecies would tie together, and I'm so excited to make this a campaign. But, of course, I'm Andrew, your Fate Master for this evening, and for most evenings around here, although you are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the DM's chair, because we got a lot of really cool people that want to tell stories, and we're here for it. Alright. I'm going to start off by giving you a brief rundown on what is Malifaux. Malifaux is a world set aside from our own. Oh, I'm sorry. Malifaux is a world set aside from our own, located in another realm, another dimension of reality. It is home to monsters and mankind alike. Far too often the two become indistinguishable from one another. Despite being a different world, Malifaux is similar to Earth in many ways. It has breathable air, discernible seasons, and a blue sky with a sun that rises in the morning and sets in the evening. The soil is suitable for growing crops, and Earth plants have been successfully transplanted to Malifaux, and vice versa. There are differences, of course. The stars and constellations of the night sky are completely different from those of Earth. 2 moons, the bright, Helios, the darker, Delios, hang overhead night. Now, some people claim the sun makes colors appear brighter and more vivid in Malifaux, as if the world had been painted onto glass. But the majority of people who travel to this place don't notice much of a change. In short, Malifaux may seem strange to humans, and it's certainly dangerous in way of untamed wilderness, but it's rarely alien. Most natural laws, such as humanity understands them, such as humanity understands them, continue to function in Malifaux just as they do on Earth. One notable difference separates Earth from Malifaux is the abundance of magical energy. On Earth, spellcasters have always had to struggle to draw upon the magical energy. Only those powerful spellcasters, emboldened by mystic runes, arcane phrases passed down since the ancient times, could even hope to harness this mystical power. In contrast, Malifaux is saturated with magical energy. Same arcane words could barely light a candle back on Earth are enough to summon up a whirlwind of flame in Malifaux. And even those with no talent for magic gradually find themselves developing strange abilities, as latent magic of the world seeps into their bodies and souls. Now, our cast and crew here are playing as fated characters, which means that destiny has a plan for them, and it's going to find them one way or another. Pick up some music here. As we start our journey, the 4 of you live, work, whatever it might be throughout the city of Malifaux. We start our journey here in the riverside slums on the southern half of the city. Now, the sun is on its way down, and it's just that moment that luck would hit you. You happen to see a poster advertising a 50 script bounty for an individual named Sam McGee. Now, you might have just passed by this without a second thought, had you not sat down right next to this man for lunch not a couple hours earlier. He even nodded to you, you nodded back. Never crossed your mind this man may have been a murderer and a horse thief, as this guild poster would claim him to be. It's on your way back through the riverfront slums that you think it's the long shot. There's no real reason to think that he'd be eating dinner at that same ratty restaurant that he had lunch. But your luck held, as he was just sitting down getting ready to order this evening's meal when you pull up to the restaurant, weapons in hand. I'm going to pass it over to you, as whoever would like to go first, please describe your character.
So Solomon, he's a relatively tall man. Dark brown hair, dark brown eyes, very tan, weathered skin. You see, he is dressed in a decently nice shirt with a vest and a long, beaded, battered brown duster over it. His hair is not too long, but at least it's combed into some kind of semblance of neatness. And he pulls up in front of the restaurant and pauses for a second, rubbing a coin in between 2 fingers, where he slips it back into his pocket, and you see the glimpse of the pistol kept on his hip.
Standing there out front of the restaurant, next to Solomon. Who's next? Ooh. Sorry, one second. Well, Rabbi, thank you so much for the raid. We super heckin' appreciate it. Love you so much.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't get to say it earlier, but Party Wap Games, we super heckin' appreciate the raid. Y'all are amazing. Sorry. Please, whoever would like to go next, whoever's standing there next to Solomon.
I think you see June right at Solomon's elbow. She's not a very big woman, and she's very plain. Her hair is like this sort of mousy brown. Her eyes sort of have this sort of cunning glint behind them, but otherwise, she's just average in every sense of the word. And she has a light dusting of freckles across her face from the sun, and she's got her sleeves are rolled up right now. She's not playing any games. She doesn't have anything up them yet. And she has a small pistol hiding in her vest that she keeps in case she has to use it. And you can barely see the edge of it sticking out as she pokes it in and hides it. And looks up at Solomon and then looks back at the others and gives a small nod, like, okay, there he is.
Absolutely. And standing next to June?
Is Mr. Ross Nelson. Ross Nelson is not someone that people would call good looking. Or, like the normal, natural, good-looking kind of person. He's kind of tall, but he's very thin-like. His skin is unnaturally white. For some reason, he just can't tan. He's been in the sun multiple times. It's not like he's hiding from it, but his skin just has this pale-looking color to it. His hair is very thin, kind of straw-like, but it's white. Which is a natural for someone who's in his late 20s. Always wears all in black for some reason. It's not something... it's not necessarily... Well, it's kind of by choice. It's just like it's a family tradition of always wearing black.
Mm-hmm.
And he just has like kind of a neutral looking face and looking towards his friends to see how we're gonna do this.
All right. And that, of course, brings us last but not least over to Dwayne.
Dwayne is rough middle-aged man with bald head, long kept beard. Looks like probably like 6'2", 250 pounds, but his waistcoat is covering a lot of damage to his body that has made him less effective in recent years. But he has learned to compensate with the right word at the right time.
Or if you stand there... Oh, go ahead.
Gonna look over. You think we might give him a shot to turn himself in, or we want to unleash hell?
Well, I think it's only right we give him the option of surrendering. But if he declines, then I can't be held responsible.
Understood.
All right.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, one of the few skills that I have is Intimidate. So, if you would like, I could maybe bend his ear a bit.
I think that sounds like a mighty fine idea. But you and I take a step inside and talk to this gentleman. Ross and June, if you could watch the outside and make sure he doesn't slip away. Of course, if you hear gunfire, well, come a running.
Ross will smile and giggle and yes, yes, yes. Good idea.
Yeah, I reckon I could do that.
I
Oh,
figure if anybody's going to be able to catch somebody trying to slip away, it's going to be you, June.
I might see him, but I don't know about fighting. That's my last resort. But I got a job to do, so got to do what you got to do, I suppose.
We
All
will,
right.
we will
Go for the
do what is
kneecap, it slows him down.
necessary.
so who's headed inside and who's staying outside?
I believe Dwayne and Solomon are going to step inside.
All right. Two of you step in.
And
That smell of, pig fat still kind of just roasting there on the grill. You can that very very powerful scent of old hoppy beer that's just spilled and created layers upon layers upon the bar and the floor, and that very acrid scent of tobacco smoke hits you just all at once. You get a few looks as you step in, but don't pays you much mind.
trusting Solomon to create an imposing image standing up, Dwayne is going to sit down across from Sam.
Can I help you?
Signs and wonders. I did not expect to see you here. Just after we had a wonderful conversation, went off, and I saw your mug again.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to eat some dinner and some peace. Don't mind.
Well, it is up to you for how long it remains peaceful. After all, somebody that got as much money on their head as you gotta be careful who you break bread with.
Just like kind of sets the silverware down. It's at a heavy sigh. Damn it all.
Damn it all indeed. Can't even steal horses without it coming back to bite you in the ass.
Fine. No need to mess up this fine establishment. Alright?
Well, that is wonderful. So, I will tell you what will happen next. My friend, standing over your shoulder, is gonna keep his gun to your back. And you're gonna walk out of here peaceably. And then you're gonna be turned over, and we're gonna make a nice sum off of that. But, importantly, you're gonna make it out alive. Because I do need to warn you, if you don't come peaceably, that is when you are gonna piss me off. Do we
Yeah,
have an accord?
roll your intimidation.
Okay. And how do I
Or sorry, roll.
accomplish?
I'm sorry.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Wow. So, the way that this works, for anyone that doesn't know, which is apparently me, is that you tell me what your value is for your intimidation.
Alright.
I'm going to flip a
is
card
4.
from my fate deck. I'm going to add it to whatever your bonus is. Add the chart for the target numbers. Anyone happen to have the page that is on?
Target numbers 284.
Alright. So, I would say that this is fairly routine. You need a 7 or an 8 to succeed. You have a 4. Flip the top of the deck. That is a 7 of crows. That brings you up to an 11, which is a success. Do you have any triggers that would trigger off of a crow?
No.
Okay. He'll kind of nod, start to get up out of his chair.
1 second. And I'm going to search him for weapons.
He immediately turns to start bolting out the back door. So, because he tried to leave your threat range, you can take a disengaging attack, which is just a melee attack that does no damage, but you stop the target from moving. You are both
can you
welcome
do that?
to do so.
Can you do that unarmed?
Yes, absolutely. You can do it unarmed with a weapon.
I
will do it with my
for
martial
flavor, I
arts.
have my blacksmith hammer, and I would like to take it to his kneecap.
Defensive 10. Alright, so Solomon, what is your bonus?
That would be 3 for martial arts.
3. That is plus a 5 of tomes. That's only going to bring you to an 8. Do you want to cheat
You know what?
fate?
Because I want to. Yeah, I was going to say yeah, because I want to figure all this out and everything. I am going to cheat fate with a 10 of
Brings you up to a 13.
spades.
Dwayne? Are you also making your attack?
Yeah, I've got a big ol' 0.
Oof. Well, that is a 9 of crows. It's not quite enough for a success, but if you'd like to cheat...
You know what? Just for flair, I've got a king.
That's a 13?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's plenty. Just swinging out, hitting the knee, immediately starts to go down. It's more of just like holding your arm out while he falls into this just clothesline that just snaps the head back and sends him to the ground. Just now rolling in pain, holding the knee.
I did tell you were gonna piss me off.
Man warned you.
Fine. Give up, alright? I'm done.
And I will once again attempt to check him for weapons and remove them if they're found.
Roll a roll. I'm gonna get it out of my head, I promise you. There's so many games where you need to roll. So this is a notice challenge. What is your notice bonus? 2?
2.
Ooh, that is a 10 of crows. Are you good with that, or do you want to cheat?
Nope, I'm good with that.
Okay. So on him, you're going to find a Collier Navy revolver stuck in the holster, as well as a sword slung across his back. Also, because you got so high, you would find in the boot a small jackknife, as well as tucked into this hidden compartment in his jacket, a small stone about that big. It's almost split in half, and it looks like 2 faces staring at each other, but the split is down the center in between them.
Okay.
To give you all an idea of what you're looking at for old Sam here, he's definitely an older gentleman, long white beard, long white hair that's kind of been pulled back into a ponytail. Very ragged, run-down duster and hats, and the right arm is a full mechanical prosthetic. just search him down. The moment you like hit the boot and you feel the knife, you can see it just kind of winces a little.
Nice try.
Are you gonna help me up? He's gonna drag me there.
Well, since you've been so neighborly, sure, we'll help you up.
He doesn't put up any other fight, though I'm sure you're ready for it. There's no other attempt.
When I help him up, it's like taking the hammer and raising with him.
If you'd like, you could certainly take some rope, bind the hands. I don't know if you have any rope, but if not, you could just take it from him.
Would what kind of check would that be?
I assume that you were all plenty talented at tying rope.
Fair enough. Well then, yeah,
Right.
I'll go ahead and bind his hands behind his back.
Perfect. The two of you from outside see this commotion for just a few seconds, and there's that moment of, do we step in? Do we? No, they got it. A few moments later, the three of them come out. Sam with his hands tied behind his back, and companions immediately behind.
Well, that was more fun than I expected.
By this point, you look up and you see that Delios, the first of Malifaux's moons, currently up high in the sky, casts this odd, almost pale green glow over everything. Now, you know that the guild headquarters is in the far north end of the city. Means that you have to cross the river to get there. Your closest means would be hitting the bridge that's just to the north of you. There's actually a number of bridges, so you honestly have your pick. What would you like to do?
Well,
You said the closest bridge is to the north of us, you said?
Yeah, through the Howling Slums. It passes directly into downtown Malifaux, where the guild headquarters is located. There's also a newer bridge that's just recently been finished construction, a little way south of you. It'd be a longer trip, but maybe safer.
Since we've
Yeah.
been assumedly doing this for a while, do we know if there is a general danger of somebody trying to apprehend a quarry from someone that's already been captured?
Typically, no. The guilds, they impose a pretty strict rule of honor, especially amongst the bounty hunters, and you belong to the outcasts, which, while they might not care much for the rules of other factions, they have their own code of honor amongst each other.
Y'all reckon we ought to walk through the slums?
I figure it's the quickest way. Oh,
Oh,
Ross,
Yes.
here. I notice you ain't carrying nothing. Never do. Kind of odd like that, but and I will hand.
He looks at his
The pist-
staff and like, yes, of course.
And I will hand the Collier Navy revolver to Ross there.
Does Ross notice the stone?
It's in pocket, so
No. Okay.
I mean, would you like to show it to the others, or are you just kind of keeping it tucked away?
at some point.
What was the I'm sorry, what was the weapon?
The Collier Navy
It's a
pistol.
Collier Navy revolver.
Collier Navy.
Oh, yeah.
He kind of takes it and like lifts it like very awkwardly and looking at it, and he's like, "No, thank you," and he just gives it back to you. I do not like firearms.
Well, all right.
Okay then.
I'll
Well, I
take it.
get there. Someone can get some use out of this thing.
Absolutely.
It's got a little bit more distance on it than mine.
June, you want a sword?
Oh no, I don't reckon I have much use for that. I got my, and she like pulls her little like right here in her vest, just pulls out a little like the handle of a little tiny pistol. This one does me fine. Usually discouraged at the poker table, but you know, I can hide it well enough. Just slides it back in.
Someday I might understand you all people. It ain't today.
Ain't today.
Oh, it ain't
Anyway.
difficult. I just cheat people out of their money, you know.
Remind me never to play cards with you.
I wouldn't let you.
Well, let's get this varmint down there.
All right.
Absolutely. No, that's not what they said. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey,
Here, Ross, take a look at this. You ever seen anything like this? I'll hand him, pull out this stone and show it to him. Not so much book smart myself. So
I don't know what you'd like me. Do
What do
you
you
want
got?
me to? History,
Sure.
literacy.
I'll take some history. What do you got?
Okay. 5.
5. Ooh, a 10 of masks.
Jeez.
10 of masks. Wait, is that a
So that's 15 total?
15 total.
That is 15 total. I don't have a skill trigger, but
You definitely recognize this as having ties to the Neverborn, kind of the faction of monster.
oh, this is not good. This is not good.
Is it
Say
magical of
that.
some kind?
I think it's more of a way for them to identify fellow members of a group.
Oh,
This
look, it's like good luck charms. Nothing more than that.
don't lie, Sam. That's not a good look on you. You know
Members
what
of
this
what group?
Especially not good to say you're having good luck charms whenever this kind of thing's happening to you.
Say so.
This comes from the Neverborns.
Huh.
Which you would definitely all
Well.
recognize what the Neverborn are.
Is it worth anything?
Like I'm telling you, it's just an old rock I picked up. Ain't nothing more to it than that.
Where'd you pick it up then, honey?
Had it forever.
Can I do this? I'm gonna suck at this, but can I do scrutiny on that?
Absolutely. What's your bonus?
-2.
-2. That is a 12 of tomes for a 10
What?
total. You needed a target number 10 to succeed. That he is blatantly lying to your face.
Now, Sam, I think we just talked about this. Lying doesn't look good on you, and we both know you're lying.
Fine. Look, I dug it up. Some grave. It's a rock. I thought maybe I could sell it for a few script. That's it. All right.
At the mention of him saying he dug up a grave, Ross's face goes from like the normal, nice, neutral face he has to like this. His skin is white, but it almost seems like it's getting red with anger. You dug a grave?
Gotta make your money somehow. Everyone's struggling to get by here.
He doesn't know. Where did you dig this grave?
Does it matter? It's outside of town.
It matters.
Yeah, you know, fine. You want to take me? I'll show you where it is. Like a nice ride outside the
Hold
city.
on a moment. We ain't. We just need to get this fella back down here and get our money. We ain't
Now, was
Going to look
this
for something great.
what kind of grave was this?
I get. I don't know what to tell you. It's at this point where I assume you've kind of been walking and talking. That I mean that he's getting more and more agitated to the point where like his voice is starting to get louder and louder, and there's people nearby that are giving you all these strange looks. It's at that time when you hear something big and heavy just swoop down from above, the sound of leathery wings catching in the wind, and then something just slams into the top of a nearby building.
Oh, Solomon will kind of spin towards it, pull his gun out.
Even though it's perched a good 3 stories above you, you can still make out a purplish skin, massive bat-like wings, and it's just bathed in that faint green glow from the moon. Its face just, on its face sits just this elaborately carved bone mask. It points one clawed finger down towards the 5 of you. Beast! Defiler! What would you like to do?
Ross would like to turn to the others and say, "This is why you do not dig graves."
I mean, I'm sure he's talking about him. I do some defiling here and there, you know.
What would whatever your immediate reactions be?
Damn, the thing
How-
talk.
How normal is seeing a creature like this?
Unfortunately, it's not abnormal, but when its ire is directed at you, that's not good.
Fair.
I think June's immediate reaction is to try to talk her way out of this. Now, look, I don't know who you're talking about, who defiled what, and we can talk this out. We can figure it out, I'm sure.
Solomon?
He is right now waiting for the others because he is about as close to pulling the trigger. But they started talking, so he's holding off for the moment and
Okay.
waiting for his moment. But he's
Uh,
still got a beat on it.
McGee is just staring up at that thing. The hell is that?
I'm guessing it's a Neverborn, you dumbass.
Fuck you.
Hey,
After-
Ross, maybe we should give it the rock.
After a few moments, from the alleyway nearby, you hear another sound. You hear something large shuffling its way, scraping against the buildings. At first, it looks just like a overly burly man. The more it steps out into that greenish light, where you can see that it's a construct? Maybe? On top of its head is just what looks like a carved pumpkin. Where there should be hands are just hairs of blood-splattered gardening shoe. Its face
Ew, that
just
don't look too
twisted
friendly.
into a grin. You hear from above, "Carve them up!"
Oh, shit. And I'm going
That's
to turn
probably our sign
fire.
to go.
And we are going to flip some initiative. So, I need to know what... We'll go left to right, starting with Ross. What is your initiative bonus?
Oh, right, that's me.
Yeah.
Initiative is 1.
Initiative is... What? Oh, my notebook. Alright, Ross. Oof. That is not good news for you because that is a 13 of crows, which means that 13 now can't come up when you're in combat. But that is a 14 for initiative for you, Ross.
Jeez.
So, good luck. All right. Dwayne, what's your initiative bonus?
0.
0. That is a 9 of tomes. That gives you a total of
That is
9.
better than expected.
June, what's your initiative bonus?
2.
2. That is a 13 of tomes. That puts you at a 15. Which, again, that's 2 13s now. You can't draw while you're in combat.
Those are my suits.
And, Solomon.
3.
3. That's a 12 of rams. Your initiative is amazing.
And we're gonna run.
This creature. That is an initiative. Oh, it just gets a 14.
Okay.
And the other creature is an 11, going after you. Y'all rolled, or Drew, friggin' amazing in your initiative. And might as well, old Sam got a 9. Old Bones don't move like they used to. Well, Solomon, we're up first. You got 2 actions.
2. Okay, so that's what I was trying to figure out right now. All right, 2 actions.
This thing is actively charging out of the alley towards you.
First action, it's getting a bullet to the dome.
Yeah. What's your bonus?
5.
5. Just so you know, for anyone that doesn't know, you can spend an action to focus, and that means that your next attack before the end of your turn gets a bonus to your flip. So you flip 2 cards and take the higher, unless you had something else you wanted to do for a second.
You know what? I'm gonna try and give these guys a chance to get out of the way. So actually, yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
Let's do that. Let's focus and then take a shot.
2 cards. That is a 3 of rams and a 4 of rams.
3 rams and a 4 rams, huh?
Would you like to
Huh.
cheat?
That would give me a 9 if I took the highest. Bugger. You know what? This one's important, so I am going to cheat fate
Okay. What are you playing?
with King.
A
So that's
king
a
of
13.
rams. So that's a 13. Brings you
Yeah,
to an
so-
18.
18.
That is a success. That is... I'm pretty sure, because it's a defensive 14, that means that you only beat it by 4. That should still be a negative flip for damage.
Okay.
I'm just double checking. I don't want to cheat you out of some damage, even though you're blatantly cheating at this game. We are all still very much learning this game, so give us just a moment. Oh, there it is. Yep, so from 1 to a 5 is a negative damage flip.
Okay.
So that is a 3 of tomes and a 2 of crows. But no matter what, it's going to be the lowest damage.
Yep.
Which is how much?
Crap. I believe it's 2. Let me. Yeah, 2.
2 damage. You take a moment to aim, loose your shot, and it impacts. It causes a little recoil, but it still continues its charge. Alright, that brings us to June.
Y'all get moving.
Yeah, so I get 2 actions, right?
2 actions,
That's
yeah.
what you said? June is gonna back up and take a shot. Not back up too far, 'cause she is shooting a pistol, but she's gonna take like 3 or 4 steps back.
Yeah.
So she's behind everyone a little bit.
Absolutely. What's your bonus?
Let me get too many things open. And here we go. So the bonus to like fire a pistol.
Your pistol, yep.
Yep. It's a 3.
A 3. Ooh, that is a 7 of rams. It's gonna give you a total of 10. You like to cheat.
Yeah, what do I got to do to cheat?
So you can play one of the 3 cards in your hand, and that counts as being your flipped card instead.
Okay, but I'm out of 13, right? I can't play that. Was that the deal?
You can play whatever you got from your hand.
Oh, okay. I thought we said something to the effect of we couldn't, like, if a 13 comes up.
So it's just that we've already cycled through 2 13s, and that's bad because they're no longer in the deck for them to come up to help you.
I see what you mean. I have a queen of spades or crows, so...
Ooh. That's a 12 of crows, brings you to a 15 total. That absolutely hits.
Alrighty. Yeah, I think you see June level up her, she pulls her pistol out as she's taking these steps back, and she aims upward expertly and takes a shot.
So that is...
Last resort, but she uses it.
That's a flip with 1 negative. So that's a 5 of crows and a 1 of tomes. So it's going to be the lowest level of damage. What's your damage track for your pistol?
My damage what? Oh, on the weapon itself.
Yeah.
Let me see. I took a screen.
It should be like 1, 2.
Which weapon is it?
I took a screenshot of it. I just can't find it.
The B&D pocket.
Yeah.
233.
It's yeah, it's a 233.
233. So that's 2 more damage.
It was too much to put on the sheet, so I just took a screenshot. But then I couldn't find my screenshot. Yay. We love that for me.
All right. Yeah. You start backing up behind the others. Aim the pistol again. Take a shot. The 2 of you just almost simultaneously hitting this thing, but it's still charging. All right. So that brings us down to Ross.
You said 14 defense, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna pray this works. So I'm gonna use magic because I can use magic, and it's super duper complicated. I'm going to do elemental projectile.
Oh, okay.
Wait, how far is this person away from me?
It's
What'd you say?
maybe 3 meters from you.
Okay, so perfect. So this is range of 5.
Okay.
So my TN is 5. I have to use an elemental immuto, so I'm going to do poison, which increases it to 6. And I will add increased damage 3 times, which is 3 times 2, which is 6. This is math, kids. 12 TN.
You add multiple of the same immutos.
You can add as many immutos as you want. It just increases the difficulty of the spell.
Of the same immuto.
Of the same one.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're a TN 12. What's your bonus?
So my bonus is 5.
5.
And because it's magic, it's extra complicated. So I need a book or a tome
That is
for it to go off.
2 of rams. Would you like to cheat?
I mean, even my cheat card's not enough to hit 14.
You do have a 6 of tomes that June kept up her sleeves.
Wait, is tomes?
Tomes is
Tomes
clubs.
is clubs?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I
Crow-
have a 9.
Crows is spades. So yeah, you want to cheat with a 9 of tomes?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a 9 plus you said 4?
Yeah. So 14.
So, 13. 9 plus 4.
9 plus 5.
Oh, you said 4. Yeah, 14. Absolutely. Goes off.
Sweet. Okay. So, I guess that hits on the number.
14.
For the
Yes, so it's 2 negative flips for damage. So it's going to be the lowest track. Oof. There's a 12 in there that got discarded.
So that's 2 damage.
2 damage. That's total 6 damage done. Just
And
takes that bolt of elemental energy, and that actually does start to slow it down for a second, but it finally shakes it off.
it is now afflicted. Sorry. Also afflicted by poison +1.
Poison +1. Okay. And poison takes 1 damage at the end of its turn?
Yes. It goes down by 1. So if it was like poison +3, it goes down by 1. So each round you go from 3 damage, then to 2, then to 1.
Gotcha. Alright. Was that 2 actions or 1?
That was 1. My second action. Cause why not? I'm going to impose and draw the attention to myself, forcing an opponent that can hear or see favor me as the target.
Is there a check associated?
It is. It's an intimidate challenge that is resisted by the target's centering skill.
Okay. Centering is based off of
Centering is tenacity.
tenacity. Okay, yeah. What's your bonus?
2.
2. That's a 9 of masks for a total of 11. You absolutely have its attention.
I've seen scarier things than you when I was a child.
Alright. That brings us down
Now
to...
I'm not surprised by that.
Did I just skip you, Dwayne?
I was at 9.
Oh, yeah. So you're down there with Sam. The Carver gets to go. It is going to
Love
spend
that name.
an action to head up to you, Ross. Even though you all fired into it, its head just whips towards Ross, reels back, and is going to make an attack against you. So I need you to defend with your defense. So what's your bonus to defense?
5.
5. Ooh, that's a 10 of rams. You have 15 of rams. You good with that?
I won't cheat.
He's going to hit you.
Fudge!
But that is at double negative twist for minimum damage. So that is 2 damage.
Okay. I guess we just write it down somewhere. I don't think there's a.
I think there is. On the right-hand side of the
Just
sheet.
reduce your wounds, I think.
On the right-hand side, there's green numbers and red numbers.
Oh yeah, you can click those. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay. So I was 9. Now I'm 7.
At the top of its turn, it is going to heal 2. And that's
Love
it.
that for it.
That brings us to the bat-like creature.
Can I just say we're all going to die?
It's gonna go ahead and take to the sky, just swoop down. No, it's gonna stay up there. I lied. Instead, it's gonna look at you, Solomon, going to hold out its claw and just start this low, rumbling chant that, even though you can hear what it's saying, the words just don't make any sense. I need you to roll. I need to know your bonus for defense.
4.
Or there's an 8 of tones, giving you a total of a 12. Good with that, or would you like to cheat?
Yeah, that's good.
Again, going to just hit. So, you suffer 1 damage. And for 1 minute, you gain the condition excruciating pain. At the
Oh.
start of this character's turn, it must pass a TN10 toughness challenge or suffer 1 damage.
Alrighty.
And that's it. Its turn is done. That brings us to Sam, who is going to turn and promptly start sprinting away from you.
And I am on the same initiative, and that's also my plan.
The two of you
To
just
go
turn
along
and go.
with Sam. Yeah.
Okay. You can both just move and run, and you're gone. You're headed, I assume, towards the guild.
Yes.
Okay.
And keeping my hand like on his shoulders, we run.
Perfect. That brings us back to the top to Solomon. A TN10 toughness, please. What's your bonus?
Toughness. Oh, going the wrong way. Sorry. Toughness. Oh, it did put points in that. So 2.
2. That's a 3 of masks.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that. So.
That is 1 point of damage. If any of you have armor does prevent damage.
Oh, just my coat.
Alright.
I have 1, but
You haven't been hit yet.
I have not much else.
Solomon.
So moving is 1 action, right?
Mhm.
All right. So I am going to use 1 action to move down the street, like in the direction that Dwayne and Sam went, and for the other action, I'll snap a shot at the winged what's-it.
Heck yeah. What's your bonus?
5.
5. That is an 11 of crows.
Okay.
For a total of a 16. You are going to beat the defense by 5, so this is just at
Nice.
a flat roll for damage, or a flat flip. Which is a 3 of crows, so it's still minimum damage.
Yeah. Well. It's
Yeah.
something.
A nice shot, just straight into it. But you are turned and you are running towards the guild, right behind Sam and Dwayne. That
Yep.
brings us to June. 3 of your companions are now hoofing it north.
Yeah, June's not sticking around if her buds are not sticking around. She's heading that direction with them.
Okay. Would you say that you were standing next to Ross? No, you backed up. You were not.
No, I backed up.
You already took.
You're right.
Yep.
You're right. I backed up. Yeah.
So you're good. You can, if you'd like, just take 2 actions to just go.
Yep. We're
Perfect.
running and gunning.
That brings
Not
us
gunning, just running.
to Ross.
All right. So I'm guessing you're saying that because that thing is too close to us to.
If you try
Just
to
run.
move, it will get a disengaging strike.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do first. I'm gonna cast another spell. I have the spell called Mind Control.
Ooh.
I'm going to tell that thing close to me to fuck off. Go back where it came.
Okay.
So the TN for this is 10. which I bring it down to 7 because of my immuto, which is my staff.
Okay. No other effect, just brings it down.
It's so basically this immuto brings the TN down by -3.
Okay. What's your bonus?
It is 3.
3. That is a 13 of rams. So a
That is not the right suit. to
total of
cast
a
this.
16, but there is no tome.
Okay, so I'm going to use this nice club, not club, but ram suit.
Spades are crows.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Mind control is crows.
Oh, okay.
It's not rams. Sorry, that's my bad. Mind control is crows, so I'll use this, which is a 8, and I need a 7 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. What does it do?
And it's against willpower.
Okay, so you succeeded at casting, and now you need to.
Yeah, there is a resist. So spells have a resist. They do still have to hit. Like my elemental projectile has to hit your defense still.
Gotcha. Okay. You just
So
have to
the
roll
same
at
thing-
least above the target number to cast the spell, and you're still trying to hit the willpower. Okay.
It
So-
still has to hit. Yes.
That's a total of what?
So, so it's a 3. So it's 10. I brought it down to 7 to pull off.
Right. Well, so you got
so-
you played a 6 of crows. What's your bonus?
I played an 8. Sorry,
8.
it's an 8. So 8 plus 3, 11.
11.
For against willpower.
Is not enough.
Oh.
It just physically starts to laugh. One action left.
That's not nice. Well, I failed my magic duel, so I'm just gonna pick up a new card.
Yes, make sure that everyone they're paying attention to your condition to draw more cards.
And I'm now going to try to run.
Is going to take a disengaging strike. So you need to roll
Yep.
to flip your defense, which is
+5.
+5. That's a 4 of crows.
I can't. I don't have anything better than that, unless Marlo. Can I cheat? Use your card.
Yeah. 6 of tomes.
I mean, that brings it to 11.
Brings it to an
I'm
11.
Guessing that's still gonna hit me. So never mind.
You start to turn to run away, and just catches you just right in the back. Just almost sends you to the ground. But you're not going anywhere.
Thanks, guys. Well, this isn't how I thought this would happen.
Alright. That brings us to the Carver, who reels back with the shears. Ross almost prone before him, and turns to chase after the others.
Oh, it doesn't go after. It goes after the others.
Yeah. It is going to move, and then the head just starts to glow with flame, and it just spews this almost black fire towards the four of you. This is, of course, towards Sam. And, oh. How do I do, Fate Master character versus Fate Master character?
Good question.
That is in here. Hold on. Fated versus Fate Master versus Fate. Duel involves 2 Fate Master characters. Just compare the sum totals of their acting values plus their rank values. Character with the
Perfect.
highest wins.
Super easy. So Sam's defense is 10. This thing's attack is a 14. That is a difference of only 4, so it is a negative flip. Oh, that's the Black Joker,
Oh.
which means that the damage does absolutely nothing.
Oh,
Because a
Oh.
Black Joker is considered an immediate failure. Red Joker
The Red
is a critical
Joker is
success.
Oh, I was thinking of the other way around. Okay.
Yep. It spews the flame, but its range is just too short. You can feel the heat, but nothing else.
Woo.
The bat-like creature above is now going to take off into the air, and it's going to swoop down and try to hit Sam. That is a 13 versus Sam's defensive 10, so that's going to hit with a negative flip. And, well, there's your last 13 gone. But that's a 7 of masks, so this is going to be moderate damage. Sam is taking 3 points of damage. Yes. Yep. Alright, that's it. It is now hovering above you, just raking down the claws. And that brings us to Sam, who is going to continue to run. Jane, same thing?
Actually, I am going to protect Sam with magical shielding and run.
Oh. Okay.
So the magical shielding adds my ranks in counterspelling to the final duel of any defense or willpower made to resist a spell or manifested power.
Okay. Amazing. Well, since that brings us to the bottom initiative, and you all are physically outpacing this creature, that heavy sound of those leathery wing beats will eventually fade into the darkness as you are just sprinting up through the streets. As you turn the corner, headed towards that bridge, you can almost see it, you're so close. The sound of multiple voices angrily just melding together to form one mass of voice comes into view. Ahead of you, there's about 20 individuals. Some with lanterns, some with pitchforks. The individual in front of them meets your eyes. A woman, fairly short, a red ponytail just pulled back and hanging down underneath her hat. She just points a finger. Sam McGee! There's this almost like wicked smile that starts to cross her face. You all just saved us a lot of time searching for this piece of shit. Thanks for that. And just like staring directly at Sam. It's time to hang for what you did to my husband.
Now hold on a minute. I don't know what this piece of shit did to who, but at the moment, he's mine, and I fully aim to collect what I have earned, which does not involve turning him over to some mob. So I would suggest y'all stand aside and let us go on our way, so that I can get so that we can get our reward for earning this. I'm sure if he's got a hanging coming, it'll come at the proper time and place.
Would you say that you're trying to convince or intimidate?
Yeah, I would say convince.
Because you did mention the fact that you fully intend for him to see his just dues, I'm going to give you a positive twist to this. What's your bonus to, you should convince?
Yeah, let's go with convince.
What's your
Or
bonus?
does that go off of? That goes off of intelligence.
Yep.
Oh damn.
Can I assist Solomon in this?
That is a fantastic question.
Man, I was hoping it went off charm.
It's an intelligence. Bewitch is the charm one.
Mm.
Well, that would be a -2 then.
So yeah, you can take an action to assist. So you would give an extra positive twist to Solomon.
And I will say along, if y'all want to make sure that he comes to justice, you can walk alongside us to the guild. Make sure he doesn't get away.
Oh, assist might actually be a... No, tactical actions, assist.
Oh, it gives a
You add-
plus card.
You add the assistant character's ranks in that skill to the final total of the duel. How many
Okay.
ranks do you have in Convince?
1.
1. So you're getting a +1 to this. Well, that is an 11 of tomes. What was your bonus?
Mine is a -2.
-2 plus
So
1, so a
minus
total of a
1 to
-1.
10.
Unfortunately, you're not going to hit the target number 12. The crowd starts to get riled up now. The chanting of hang him starts to build. And they all fan out, filling the street, and start a slow march towards you.
Can Ross now arrive, by the way?
Absolutely. You just...
Thanks for leaving me behind, guys.
Said to get your ass moving.
Yes, you guys were all very far away from the unnatural people and run away from them while leaving me. Anyways, what is going on here? Why are these people coming towards us?
Now, I understand this might be more difficult, but is there a way to maybe take another social action against the mob?
Absolutely. It is going to be at a higher target number.
Okay. How many people can assist? Is it just something that one person can do, or can we do like a group assist?
Typically, this is an action in combat, so I'm not 100% sure. But for the moment, I'll say that's one person can.
And I am going to try.
Yep, a character can only benefit from a single assist action at a time.
Okay. Does anybody else have a good intimidate score?
0.
No.
We got a bunch of charmers and liars.
I've got 2 in charm.
No.
I got a 5
Anything
in
in
deceive.
barter?
Got a 2 in barter.
Well, then I might take a different tack. Look. This guy has a reward on him for 50 script. Y'all pay that amount, I'll hand him right over.
The few that are still in a coherent enough mind to be reasoned with, as this frenzy is starting to rile up through them, just hear back. We don't have 50 script to give you for this lowlife. Nah, we're gonna see him hang right here.
Well then, do you want to hang for him? Because if you murder this asshole, how's that make you any better?
Give you another convince.
Okay. Does anyone have a plus to convince to help out?
You're the convincing one.
I have a 2.
That will actually help. Yes.
You have ranks in convince?
I do. I have
Mhm.
1 rank in convince.
So yeah, June, you could absolutely offer some assistance, and you would add that 2 bonus.
Listen
Okay.
here, y'all break the rules. You know what happens. Same thing that's happening to him. He did something wrong. He's being taken in. You crossed the wrong people. You cross the law. You know what'll happen.
The big ol' 7 of tones. You're not gonna hit
That's a
the
10.
TN 14, unfortunately. Again, I'm going to throw us into some initiative. When this deck runs out, you all get to draw a card, which we are very close to doing. But, going down the line, I will have these names memorized by the end, I promise. Russ.
Ross has an initiative of 1.
Well, that is a 4 of masks, so that's a big old 5 for Ross.
Yeah.
And Dwayne, what's your bonus?
Goose egg.
That's a 11 of rams for you.
Okay.
June,
2.
2. That's a 9 of rams. That also puts you at 11. And Solomon.
3.
That's a 1 of rams, which puts you at a big old 4. And the mob, because they operate as one individual creature. The initiative 13. Oof.
Jeez.
They are going to just start pouring towards you. And who is holding on to your quarry? I think it's
I
Dwayne?
would have been the last one to say anything about it, so.
They're gonna hit you with their melee attack called fists and stuff. So what's your defense number?
It's a big old 2.
Ew. That is an 8 of crows for a total of a 10. Their 15 is gonna beat your 10. That is a single negative flip to damage. Oof. That is still 4 points of damage.
Taken down to 3 at least.
I got a 10 and an 11.
Great. Love that.
There is a... Nope, there was no tomes in there. If they get a tome on the attack, they can immediately do it again.
Jesus.
But they didn't, they got a crow, which means that for their second action, they are just going to grab onto old Sam there. And their 15 is absolutely going to beat his 10. So they have started to at least try to pull him from you. But that brings us to Dwayne. You can certainly let go if you'd like. To give you some mechanical know-how here,
Yeah.
because it is a group of people, the more of them there are, the more powerful they are. So the more damage you do, their ranks are going to start lowering.
Well, it sounds like I'm gonna hit one of them upside the head with my hammer.
Please do. That is a...
I'm guessing pugilism.
Yep. And a defense of 13.
I'm
Oh,
not gonna hit
no! I'm sorry. This does not add rank value to the character's defense. They are a defense of 3.
him. Oh.
Yep.
Well, then I'm gonna hit him.
You absolutely are. That's the red Joker.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What? I don't know how much damage my unarmed does with the pneumatic fist. I wasn't able to find it.
Let me take a look here.
Oh wait, never mind. I see it. It's 1, 2, 3. But my fist does +1 damage.
Do you have any
So-
triggers for this?
No.
Okay, so it counts as a 14, and it includes any suit that you want, but you don't really have any suits that go with it. So that means that you are getting a double positive twist to your damage flip, which, by no surprise, is going to be max damage. You said it was 1, 2, 3?
4 total, because
4
I get
total.
+1 from the fist.
The mob is taking 4 damage, and their ranks are reduced by 4. You have another action.
Can I do it again?
Yeah.
Okay, swing it again.
It's a 5 of masks with your what bonus to hit?
0.
0. So that's going to be a damage with a negative flip. Oof. Unfortunately, there was a 12 of crows, but you get a 2 of masks. So it is 2 more points of damage.
Yeah.
As you just start swinging into the crowd. Everyone you connect with just drops and just starts crawling out. People are now starting to back away.
As I'm swinging, it's like every time I try to be nice.
Oh no, I'm sorry. These characters do not have wounds. When they would suffer damage, instead they reduce the rank value by 1, regardless of the damage dealt. So they reduce it by 2, because you hit twice. Alright, that brings us down
so that
to...
was their rank value was reduced by 6 total on that turn?
It's 1 for each time they would take damage.
Oh, each time.
So you hit twice,
Okay.
so they drop from 10 down to 8.
Okay.
And that brings us to June. Dwayne is just getting mobbed in the center of this group of people.
I'm going to attack. I know that much. I can take 2 actions, so can I attack twice?
Absolutely.
Let's see. Okay. She's gonna take 2 shots in
Go for
this
it.
mob. Okay. So it is a 2.
Bonus of a 2.
Yep.
And that is a 1 of masks.
No.
You are going to
Great,
hit their
cool.
defensive 3. And I am
Okay.
shuffling, which means you can all draw a twist card.
Sweet.
Ew.
Oh, that's gonna be real useful.
When you pull your ace, you're like, oh, yay, thanks.
Yeah.
That
Yay.
is a double negative twist for damage, which means, unfortunately, that's a 12 discarded, so it's going to be minimum damage.
Okay, 2.
Your damage. I guess damage doesn't matter because they just lose 1 rank. Do it again as you just point blank a shot into the crowd.
Yep.
All right.
Firing up amongst them.
Bonus of 2 plus a 4 of rams. A 6 is good enough.
Mm.
A single negative twist on damage is going to give you 8, which means you are medium damage.
That's a 3. I have a 2 and 2 3s.
Oh, I don't even know why I'm flipping for damage. It doesn't matter because they just lose 1 rank. I just said that.
I think it just matters because you just get rid of the cards.
Yeah. But you could draw that red ace or that red joker. But yeah, 2 shots just into the crowd. You hear people just scream out in pain. You're thinning the crowd by a lot. And that brings us down to Ross.
Ross is just gonna fire. Well, let's just do an elemental projectile then.
Yeah. See if you can
So
cast it.
we're just gonna do a basic one.
Okay.
So TN5, he has to add an elemental projectile, so that gets poison. So that's 6. -3 using his objects, so he just needs to hit a 3. So really, I just need any club.
That is a 2 of crows.
I'll use my 4 clubs to
4
hit.
of clubs, yep. That is another rank off.
And I'll do another one. Same thing.
That's a 3 of tomes.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have any more, so I'm
No, tomes
going
is what
to
you need,
fail.
right?
Oh, that's what you need, man.
Oh, it is tomes. Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely. So I hit. Yeah, no, absolutely. I knew that, guys.
So that's
tomes is not confusing at all.
That's 6 ranks gone. They're down to 4. The crowd is absolutely thinning. But yeah, you just start calling on your magic and just start loosing the bolts into people, just indiscriminately. And very bottom, Solomon.
Solomon is just annoyed as hell. So he's going to reach into his pocket and pull out the brass knuckles and just start wailing people.
Yeah, go for it.
And that is a 3 bonus.
3 plus a 7 of tomes. That brings them up to 7 ranks gone.
And then, yeah,
Do it
just
again.
second action the same. Just
A 4 of masks.
smacking some other damn moron in the noggin.
Swinging, bullets are flying out. You hear that magic just reverberate into the crowd. They are badly hurt.
And he is cussing and insulting them the whole time. You goddamn mother.
By now, at the top of the round, what's left of the crowd looks over, sees the other injured people, and just is either helping to pull them away, has turned to start running. And the only one left is that woman who initially shouted at you. You hear Sam just call out to her, "Tabitha, I'm sorry. Look, you don't know what happened. You weren't there." And she's just now just screaming incoherently, just swinging her fists into him. Not enough to do damage, but she's borderline frenzy. Officially gonna take us out of initiative.
I'll stand there and watch her beat on him for a while.
After a few moments, she just drops down to her knees. Fine. Take him to the guild. They hang you.
You want to come with us?
No, they're not gonna hang him tonight. But I'll be there when they do.
Alright. Come on, you ugly cuss.
Be happy to ask about the schedule if you like.
He's just
Can
sitting
deliver
there.
you the news if he's gonna get hanged.
See or nod, but anything.
Come on, bastard.
He also isn't saying anything. Head is now just kind of hung.
Wait till we get out of earshot of Tabitha. You want to tell me what the hell you did to piss her off?
Not really.
Might as well. They're probably going to kill you tomorrow.
Husband and I were partners.
Does it have anything to do with the grave you've desecrated?
No. No, he was dead before that.
It was- Catch him cheating at cards.
Doesn't say anything else.
You wanted to go for yourself.
Or you want the husband for yourself.
It's at this point that you can hear the sound of the river. You see the bridge there. You get up to it. That glow of the moon starts to glow just the faintest bit brighter. That scraping sound that you had heard against the stone of the buildings echoes out from the darkness around you.
Oh, shit.
What would you like to do?
Fucking run! Just yanking him along.
Immediately, all just start taking off towards the bridge. You all get partway on, not quite halfway across this massive arched bridge, and that winged creature swoops down, lands there on the other side in front of you, just lets out this inhuman screech. Behind you, you can see that figure just shambling his way onto the bridge, pinching you in between them. Again, that creature just screeches out, "Defiler! Return it! Give it to me!" And that is where we're going to take a break. Give everyone a chance to stretch your legs, grab a drink, do what you gotta do. And when we come back, we're going to throw us into some more initiative. See how the party handles the Carver and...
Oh, Lord.
have his name, Zafan the Black-Blooded Shaman.
Oh. Freaking fancy
Alright.
titles and
That
everything.
names.
Okay.
All
Alright.
right. You give us just a
Let's go.
few minutes, and we'll be right back. See you soon, everybody. Welcome to the Lost Caravan RPG.
A haven for the lost, the worn, and the wandering.
Whether you only need a place to rest your soul,
or looking for a brand new journey, we welcome you.
You are safe within our ranks, surrounded by the friends you have yet to meet.
Some of you may be new, eager to take your first steps in the shoes of a hero.
Others are veterans of a war fought through generations.
Having played dozens of characters
And rolled hundreds of dice.
Either way, we can promise you will find moments of adventure and heartbreak,
as well as moments of tears and laughter.
Countless noble tales have been spun around our campfire.
Such as Pathfinder, Dungeons and Dragons, Lancer, and Locust.
We travel anywhere and everywhere,
exploring towering castles, desolate space stations, and haunted mansions.
We have a few roles if you decide to stay.
Treat each other with love, kindness, and acceptance.
We never judge on appearance, only on richness of character.
For as long as you ride with the caravan, you will never walk alone.
We work together to forge a better world for us, and for every traveler after we're gone.
So, take a seat, grab a drink, and listen to our tales.
When you're ready, we'll help you tell a tale of your own.
Howdy, partners. We are back. Now, where we left y'all, our band of heroes here, a band of outlaws. They were figuring to turn in a bounty. Big old 50 script on the line. Now, if it wasn't for the bat creature landed in front of them on the bridge, and the big slasher creature approaching them from behind, this might have been an easy job. But nothing easy comes cheap. Something like that. And with that, I am going to, once again, for the third time, flip some initiative. We will start.
Could I ask,
Yeah.
He said that they wanted it.
Mhm.
Could we say you want the stone?
Absolutely can, but I'm still going to put us in initiative.
Okay.
So, I know your name's Ross. What's your bonus?
You do know that. 1.
1, so that puts you at an 8 of rams. Total. 7 of rams plus 1. And Dwayne. Plus 0. That's a 3 of masks. Such an amazing initiative last round, and then down to a 3.
Just tired.
June.
2.
That puts you up to an 11.
Awesome.
And Solomon.
3.
That's again a 1 of masks.
What is going on?
But that puts you above Dwayne. Alright. Zafan, the black-blooded shaman, has an initiative of 11. So it's going to tie with you, June. And the Carver has an initiative of 14. That means that the Carver is going to go first. What would your order be crossing the bridge?
I think Solomon is in front.
Solomon front.
And
Could
he was
probably
pulling.
be after with Sam next.
Solomon, Sam next. Then Dwayne.
Yeah.
Ross is last.
Ross is
June.
last.
Yeah, June would be Ross is last. June is second to last. She stays back as far as she can.
Gotcha. Well, Ross. Again, this individual just comes charging towards you. The bridge just kind of shaking under every step of this massive creature. And, yeah, instead of going for the Rusty Shears attack, it is going to once again ignite its head in that almost black flame and spew it. This is a ranged attack against defense. What is your defense there, Ross?
5.
5. That is a 1 of rams.
I'm going to use a 6 of hearts to bump that to an 11 if it matters.
So, it's up.
Well, actually it does, because I could reduce the damage.
Yeah, you reduce the damage flip, yeah. That brings you up to an 11. That is a 14. Which means it's going to be damage flip with 1 negative twist. Which is great news for you. Because that was an 11 of crows, which would have been severe damage. But instead, it's a 1 of tomes. So that is just 2 damage to you. As you just...
damage, right?
It just hits you and stops. For moderate and severe damage, it's a blast, and it can hit your allies.
Oh, shit.
But you managed to stop it. And your card was a ram, right?
My card was the ram, yes.
Because it gets a trigger on a tome. Shouldn't have told you that, but that's fine. You also gain the burning +1 condition.
Okay, so 1 damage my turn.
Yep.
Okay.
Alright,
Is
its
that
turn
a
is...
persistent?
It's
So
shaking.
that's what I meant earlier by like the pluses. It reduces by 1 each turn till it's 0.
Burning is a little different. At the end of your turn, you take the entire burn damage for how much you have, and then it all goes away.
Oh, okay. So
Whereas poison is gradual, burn is immediate, boom. But any
Okay.
character within 1 yard of you can spend 1 AP to pat you out. And that brings us down to June.
That's me. I think because she realizes that this thing wants the stone back, she's gonna turn to Solomon and say, "Give him the goddamn stone back! That's what they want! They'll leave us the fuck alone if you give it back! Well, give it back!" She's like, gesturing at Ross.
Yeah. Anything else?
She doesn't want to fire on them because she wants them to leave, so she's just like, give him the stone, give him the fucking stone.
You can hold an action.
I hold
a shot.
I don't have to declare or anything like that.
You do have to declare what the action is.
Okay. Yeah, I'll hold my pistol ready to fire hold.
If they get aggressive?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
You can also, there's a cool tactical action called Defensive Stance.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can discard a card and you get +1 defense condition a number of times equal to the AP spent on this action.
So you spend 1 AP, discard a card, and then all attacks against you have a +1 twist to.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We discard a card.
Discard a card. And that brings us down to... Oh. That brings us to the Black-Blooded Shaman. Who is staring you down, Solomon. You know, it worked so well the first time.
Oh no.
We're gonna burn the blood. So this is against your defense.
That's 4.
4. Plus a 3 of crows. Would you like to cheat?
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's 12.
You're playing a 12?
Yes.
That brings you up to a 15?
Yes.
Yeah. You resist it. Ah. Well. Unfortunate. Who's behind you? Sam is behind you. Let's target Sam with some burn the blood.
He's gonna get +3 to his defense for the magic shield.
Sam's defense is a 10. That makes it a 13. Burn the blood is a 12. Your shield is going to stop his blood from being burned.
Amazing.
And you are going to frustrate the ever-loving hell out of Zafan, the Black-Blooded Shaman. And that brings us down to Ross. Currently on fire.
Ouch.
Oh, I'm sorry, June. He did take an aggressive action if you'd like to take your held shot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take
go
it.
for it.
I'll take that shot.
What's your bonus?
It's a +2.
2.
On that one.
That is an 8 of crows for a total of a 10. Would you like to cheat?
Sure. I have let me look at the... I have a ace of diamonds, so masks.
That's a 1.
Ace is 1.
Oh, it's a 1. Oh, we're going the other direction. Okay, never mind. You said it was what was the card that I got?
You had an 8 of crows.
8 of crows. I don't have anything that can beat that, so I guess I'm...
It was a warning shot.
Yeah,
it was a warning shot.
Your
There we
shot does
go.
go wide. All right,
Yeah,
Ross.
she's just frustrated and still screaming about the stone and like waving her arm and fires and it just goes...
Ross.
Ross is gonna use an action to pull the stone out and say, "Is this what you want? We found this on Sam."
I mean, yeah, you'd again hear a screech calling you a defiler.
Would you let me do with the same action, just throw it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw it behind the carver.
Okay.
I'm kind of tired of being like
stabbed,
roasted pig and just being like carved slowly by this guy. So I'm just gonna like throw it behind him and just yell, "Go get!"
Yeah.
That's one action.
Okay.
You
have enough?
Second action. I have a question because I'm not sure. Can I actually perform first aid during combat? Because it seems like I shouldn't, but it doesn't say I can.
I believe it's just a one action.
That's what I'm kind of thinking.
There is a use skill action.
Is it not called first aid?
So the skill is doctor, and it says first aid. When I read first aid, it doesn't say you can't do this during combat.
First aid.
It takes 2 action points to do first aid.
It does take 2.
Okay, yeah, it takes 2.
Yep, so you can do it in combat.
I guess I could do it during combat. Okay, cool.
Yep, 100%.
Well, I can't do that, so joke. But I will then try to cast a spell because I'm great at using my spells. To do the mind control on the shaman floating dude.
Oh, okay.
And
what's your
again,
target number?
So, target number is 7.
7. What's your bonus?
Bonus of 3.
That's a 5 of crows.
That is what I needed.
But that only brings you to an 8.
Yeah, and I needed 7.
Oh. Yeah, it's enough to go off, but it's still targeting willpower, correct?
It is targeting willpower, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, 8 is not going to do it.
I will just get another card.
Alright. You just toss the stone, try to turn, and let out an incantation, and this thing just glares at you, and it just cuts the words off just straight in your throat.
And that's my turn.
Alright, that brings us to Solomon.
Oh, I get to go. Yeah. Just fed up with these things at this point. Solomon is, just got the pistol out and is just going to right at this winged, ugly thing.
What's your bonus to hit?
5.
5. 2 of rams.
Oh, God. All right, well, that's a failure.
Do it again?
Yeah.
It's a 2 of tomes.
Well, I'll just draw 2 cards then.
There's rewarding shots.
Lord.
But hey, the 2s are gone. The 2s are out of the way.
Right?
Alright, last but not least, Wayne.
Yeah. Trying to see if there's anything I can do to make this better, but I'm going to attempt to barter with them.
Okay.
You want the stone, you take the stone, we keep the bastard, because he's worth a lot of coin. You get to keep your head on your shoulders. Sounds like a deal to me.
Borderline intimidation, but go for it.
I get +4 to both, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Ooh. That is a 13 of rams.
Nice.
Okay. So that's a total of 17.
Yep. Absolutely is. Anything else?
There are no ongoing effects right now, right?
Nope. Y'all succeeded.
Okay, then I'll take that defensive stance, discard a card.
Discard a card. Now you have a bonus any attacks against you. Well, it brings us to the top of initiative, which is back to the Carver, who, try as you might, although that winged creature absolutely heard what you said, and the eyes just shot up towards where that stone was thrown, and you can see he's getting ready to just take off after it. The Carver, however, has no such mental capacity. It has a target. It knows what it wants. It is again going to reel back, this time aiming for Sam with its Exhale of Flame. That is going to be a 14 against 10, because this target's defense.
Against 13.
Against 13.
Because the magic shield.
So yeah, that is going to be a damage flip with a -1 twist. And that is a 7 of crows, which means it's moderate damage. So Sam takes 3. Sam is banged up. And because it's moderate, it does blast out. So Solomon, you take 2. And Dwayne, you take 2.
I'm taking 1 because of armor, or would that not?
1 because of armor.
Okay.
Does that count as a ranged attack?
It does.
It does. Then I only take 1 for bulletproof.
And all 3 of you, Sam, Solomon, and Dwayne, are now burning. Oh, Ross, at the end of your turn, your burning goes out and you take 1 damage.
I did do that.
Thank you. Second action, you're in the way, Ross. Let's go with some rusty shears.
Thank God I'm the one taking all this damage.
What's your defense bonus?
It is 5.
5. Well, that's a 12 of crows for a 17 total. You are just dodging and weaving under the shears. No impact. Alright, Carver is done. That brings us to June. This individual is getting ready to take off into the air, but for the moment, he is still standing in your way.
If he's trying to leave, I can tell that he's trying to leave. I'm not going to fire on him.
His head followed like the stone, and he is completely ignoring you and is just staring off towards where the stone went.
You know what? She's gonna look at him. Yeah, you son of a bitch, get that fucking stone, and she's gonna fire at him twice.
All right, what's your bonus?
2.
2. Ooh, that is a 10 of tomes.
We gonna hit him today.
Against Zafan, that's a defense 12. That is gonna just hit.
Nice.
But that is with a double negative twist for damage. Doesn't at all matter. So you got a 1 of crows, and then a 5 of tomes, and then a red joker. Which means it's automatically severe damage and a severe injury.
Okay.
Let's pull up the severe injury chart.
That's wild. So what is that? How much damage? Because my max damage on this is 3. So what does severe do to that?
So it's just whatever the top damage is.
Oh, okay, it's 3. I thought I would add something or.
Let me make sure.
I think the red joker actually does something for damage.
Red joker on a damage flip. It may be used regardless of what other cards were flipped. It deals severe damage to the target and forces it to suffer a critical effect.
A severe critical effect.
A severe critical effect. Page 303. Severe critical effect table. Flip a card from the fate deck. Yep.
That's a lot of words.
That's a 9 of crows. Nervous system trauma. When this character announces that she wishes to take a certain type of action, depending on the affected location, do you need to roll for location or do you choose a location? Oh, it depends on the suit. That's crows, which means that it is the arms.
Does that mean wings?
Arms tries to take any strike or shove actions. Must immediately make an unconscious challenge. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So if this creature tries to make any strikes, I will say that wings are included because why not? Must immediately roll or fall unconscious. Just drops.
Wow.
Okay.
So it cannot.
That's
fly.
one shot.
That's
I'm
one
taking
shot.
two.
See how much damage this thing had already. Had 2, so that brings it up to 5 damage. Take care of the shot, please.
And it's equal to 8 plus
the current number of negative
wounds.
wounds.
Jeez.
So it would be a 13 right now.
Alright, so what's your bonus to shot?
2.
2. That's a 9 of masks. That's going to make it 11, which will not hit.
That's a failure with a mask, though, right?
It is.
Oh no, that's the wrong thing. It's for a narrative time. This is not narrative time.
No, this is combat time. It's a
This is
serious
combat
time. Serious.
This is beat 'em up time.
You did shoot it in the spine, however.
Yeah. Yeah, she takes the first shot, and when she sees how, like, it hits, oh hell! And then she's, like, just, like, very confused, what the hell? And, like, she just, like, as she's firing, just fires wide. Little
God
spastic
damn, that was a
tonight.
good shot.
That first one was, what the hell?
It had every intention of fleeing and going to get that stone. Now it's fleeing because you shot it in the spine. But it needs to make an immediate unconscious roll of TN8.
8 plus the number of wounds.
Number of negative wounds. It's not in the negative yet.
Yeah. Oh, negative wounds.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I believe unconscious is just a toughness roll, if I'm not mistaken. It is a toughness challenge. Toughness of 2. That is a 4 of crows. Total of a 6. It starts to flap the wings down, lets out this screech of pain, and then just topples over the side of the bridge, unconscious, and just drops into the water below. Okay, so no one messed with June. Got it.
So good.
It's done. It's out of initiative. That brings us to Ross. Your way crossing the bridge is now clear.
But I still have that thing in my face trying to basically kill me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna read something to you, and I want you to tell me what you interpret this as.
Sure.
There's an immuto that's called Additional Suit, and it gives a -3 to the target number, and it says the spell's target number gains an additional suit of the caster's choice.
Yep.
Which would mean I could do that. In my head, it doesn't make sense because I shouldn't be reducing the target number.
What's it called?
And yet, additional suit.
Additional suit.
If you go into immutos, it's like the first one.
-3
it
to
says
target
-3
number.
to target number.
So it gains an additional suit of the caster choice, which means that you now have to hit 2 suits instead of just 1.
But how would I do that? With
You would
only
need
one
2
card?
cards.
But you can't have 2 cards.
You can make it so that your abilities have a natural built-in suit.
Okay, never mind that.
So yeah,
That-
unfortunately, you won't be able to use that.
Oh, I can use any muto because I'm crazy. Remember?
I mean, it's that specific immuto
Yeah,
won't help
no,
you
that's
here.
fine. Okay. All right. I'm just going to try to.
Did you add your crazy
my-
condition?
I haven't added it yet because I haven't used any immutos I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I was gonna do it there. But because I figured, hey, crazy, I should try that out. But I'll do mind control first.
Okay.
So I need target number is 7, and I need crows.
It is an 8 of masks.
All right, I'm just gonna grab another card. And for this one, I'm going to try to shoot it.
Go for it.
Okay, so
What's your bonus?
target number is 2. And I'm going to increase that to 3 because I need to put poison, and I'll increase it by another 6. Yeah, I'll increase it by 6 to do increased damage 3 times.
Okay.
So I need books, tomes.
You need
11.
tomes.
Yeah. 11 tomes.
It is a 6 of crows.
That's the one I needed to every time, so. That is both my turns. These cards are just great. I'm pulling here. I'm just loving it.
All right, that brings us down to Solomon.
Okay, so seeing that winged harpy looking thing is off the bridge, he'll turn around. Carver is still back there trying to carve people, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Namely me.
Yeah, namely, yeah. Hurry up! And he'll try to take a shot at this, I think. Let me just double check something. It's under gameplay. Because I want to try to do, is it focus? Is that what it's called?
Yep. So you spend 1 action to focus.
Gains the focus +1 condition until the end of her turn. Okay. Yeah. So I'll take, focus and take a shot. I have a +5 to hit.
So you're shooting at the thing that's engaged into combat with me, right?
Yep.
You know about shooting into engagement, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I have to look that up.
So when a character declares a range attack against an engaged opponent, they flip 1 fake card for the engaged target and 1 fake card for every other character, friend or foe, within 2 yards of the target. If a target, that doesn't matter. After all necessary cards have been flipped, the character with the lowest flip card becomes the target of the attacker's attack. So flip 2 cards, and whoever the lowest is the one you're actually shooting.
All right.
Yep.
Well, here's the one against Ross. There's a 10 of rams. And they won against the Carver. It's a 6 of masks. It's against the Carver. And you did focus, so this is a positive twist. Oh, it doesn't matter. You did get a 10 of crows, but you also got the Black Joker.
Black Joker.
That means it is considered a 0 with no suit. Unfortunately, you are able to aim, but you take the shot, and it just tears right through some fabric. No impact. Alright.
Alrighty.
Brings us down to... Oh, sorry. At the end of your turn, you do take 1 burn damage, and then the fire goes out. And Dwayne, last but not least.
Okay. Stop me if you've heard this one. Gonna drag Sam forward off the bridge since there's no one in the way that direction.
I mean, Solomon is in the way, which you have to kind of force your way past Solomon. But assuming that you aren't going to stop them, yes, Dwayne, you are able to get past.
And I'll do that with one action, and I'll pat out the flames with the other action.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to burn to death. Real bad day. Alright. That brings us to the Carver at top of initiative. Ross, he's going to spend an action to start running straight past you.
So for me to attempt to make him not do that,
Did you make a melee attack?
It's a melee attack. I'm not going to do that because my melee is -3.
Yeah, he starts running past you. June, that means that he's also running past you. Or would you like to try to take a disengaging strike to stop him from running?
What?
Okay.
So if he does that, what difference does that? I mean, like,
He's charging after Sam.
It would stop him.
Yeah. If you hit, it does no damage, but it immediately stops his movement.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Go for it.
Let's do it.
What's your bonus to hit?
All right. 2. Is it gunshot or
melee?
Melee. Oh, wait. Hold on.
You don't have to make this.
Let me see what I got here. Is that under skills or in? Oh yeah. So I got a -1, but why the hell not? Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
That is a 10 of masks. -1 makes it a 9. That is not going to do it. Just take a swing out, and he just keeps running. Solomon. Yeah. Your fist connects, but it's like punching a steel wall.
Ah, goddamn.
Solomon, you have a chance to stop him or let him go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. He come running up here. He's going to catch a pistol butt in the head.
All right. What's your bonus?
I have a 3 for martial arts.
That is a 6 of rams. Gonna cheat?
I need to remember. No, because I don't think. Nope, I can't do it. I don't have enough.
Both of you try to hit the legs, trying to slow him, but this lanky creature just steps over top of you. So, Dwayne, are you pushing Sam or are you dragging Sam? Then you know if Sam is in front of you or behind you.
Despite my better judgment, I think Sam would be in front of me.
Then this attack is against you. What is your defense?
It's a 2.
2. That is an 8 of rams, making a total of a 10. Would you like to cheat?
Ain't got anything better.
That means that the rusty shears are going to hit with a 15. There's going to be just a -1 twist to damage.
Okay.
Which makes a huge difference because that turned a 13 down to a 5. Which means that you were taking 2 whole points of damage.
So I'm taking 1.
Taking 1. And unfortunately, I did not get the trigger for the rusty shears. Oh darn.
Oh.
June, you punch this thing in the calf and it just rings out on the impact. But now it is ahead of you on the bridge. What would you like to do?
I think she is gonna shoot it. I think that's worked pretty well for her so far. I
You
think that's
cripple
where her
another
strengths lie.
creature with a spine shot.
We're aiming. We're aiming for we're aiming for whatever the cards say, but we're trying center mass.
What's your bonus?
Yeah, I got a 2 on that bonus.
That is a 12 of tomes. That's gonna hit.
Darn tootin'.
But it just
The
hits.
gambler a better shot than the gunslinger.
Gambler's
Better take
luckier.
chances.
It just hits, so that's a double negative twist to damage. Which means that it is the lowest damage. I believe is 2.
Yes, 2. Yes, that's correct.
Gotcha. Do it again.
Yep. One more time.
It's a 13 of tomes. So, June could not have done this without you taking all the 2s. Just credit where credit's due. You took all of the 2s, so no one else could take
all
them.
the 2s.
But that is damage with a -1 twist. Ooh, that's a 7, so that's still moderate damage.
3.
3. Ooh, very nice. The Carver is actually pretty damn hurt. 2 very
she
well
fires
placed
these
shots.
She fires them. Boom, boom. And then she... lucky shot. And winks at Solomon.
That ain't my goddamn day.
All right, that brings us down to Ross.
All right. Ross not feeling lucky. We'll take two pot shots.
Yeah.
And by pot shots, I mean he's literally just.
It did move 6 away from you.
Okay. I came prepared. Poop. I came prepared. I will use my other Immuto, which is Alter Range.
Oh.
Alter Range, so I can increase the range from 5 to 10 for +2.
Okay.
So I'm going to make, so the 2 becomes a 4. The 4 becomes a 1 because I need to put poison, and I will increase that to another 6, to up to 11 to increase the damage 3 times.
So just so you know, for a focus object, in order to get a -3, that means that the object is immovable. Like, it's a massive iron cauldron in the ground.
There's 2 things. There's 2 things to it, if you look at the Immuto.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 2 things. So you have the portability,
Mm-hmm.
which is, it's a 2-hander because it's staff,
Mm-hmm.
which brings it to -2. And then you get a +1 because it's a difficult object to replace like an oak wand. Because it's like a carved staff.
So I'm looking at page 274.
Yep. There's portability.
Yeah. So
and commonality.
For a -3 target number, that means that the object is immovable.
No. It's a combination of portability and commonality.
Good, because he's got a -2 for the portability and a -1
Combine the 2
for the common.
Yeah.
Yep. I absolutely missed that. Okay. So
Magic, everyone.
What's the total?
It comes to 11.
11.
Target number. I have a +5. I need tomes.
3 of Rams. Can't see that.
So that's my first one. Oh, great.
And I am shuffling the deck. You can all draw a card.
Alright, I'm now up to 6 cards, so I have to discard 1, right? Because I can only go up to 5.
Yep.
So I will get rid of this ace. Oh look, more cards I don't need.
Second action?
Same thing.
Same thing. A 2 of tomes.
Alright, I'm going to be cheeky and use my magic theory.
Oh.
And my magic theory is the Whisper. And the Whisper's ability is for each Immuto added in a way that is illegal. So when casting a spell, I can add any number of Immuto not listed in my grimoire to it at their normal cost. For each Immuto added this way, my character gains the crazy +1 condition.
So you did cast the spell twice, correct? So that would be both your actions?
I did. Here's the Immuto that I'm adding.
To make it free?
To make it free.
So you get crazy +1.
So I will be crazy +1, and the immuto that I'm adding is... Oh god, I thought it was decrease. It is... reduce AP, which adds a +5.
Okay.
So it now is a +16. It's a 16 to hit. TM.
And because you're crazy, that subtracts 1 from any mental aspect challenge, which I believe this is.
Yes. So technically a 17.
That is a 12 of tomes.
That is 17.
That is 17.
That actually hits?
Voices just start washing over your mind. And just for a moment, you just black out. And by the time you regain consciousness, you can already feel the magic has left your hands, and it just impacts that thing straight in the back. There's a damage with a -2 twist, which is going to be minimum damage because it's a 4.
Yeah. Which I've increased the damage 3 times, so it becomes a 2.
That's 2 damage.
Which triggers my spell. Which is... Sorry, this is so small. Sorry, let me just look up the trigger on here. Skill trigger, magical trigger, sorcery, tomes. After successfully casting a spell or manifested power, all characters within one of the... doesn't matter. All characters within. So I guess that would include the person. They have to do a target number 10 centering duel or gain the blind condition.
June, would you please roll your... Damn it! I got so good. I was so close to not saying roll again. June, what is your centering rank? Or your centering bonus? Because you're about to go blind.
Oh. Neat.
It's all characters, so that character too.
He is 6 ahead of you.
So it's tenacity on that 0.
Because it's with one of you, correct?
No, one of
the targets?
It says the character, that like in parentheses, the character with the arms
What's
in
it
the
called?
air. Bright Flash.
Bright Flash.
It's under skill
After
triggers.
successfully casting a spell or manifesting a power, all characters, within radius 1 of you.
Oh.
So this is a TN10 centering duel. What was your bonus? 0?
0.
It's a 13 of rams. You're fine.
Nice.
There's just a moment where that
getting
magic,
all the high cards.
apparently, that magic just goes off, and it is a bright flash in your face. Shut your eyes, blink it away, but you're fine.
God damn, what the fuck was that? You almost blinded me, son of a bitch.
It called to me.
Oh god.
Next time, can you call it away from my goddamn eyeballs? Shit. My corneas, I think you burned them off.
Okay.
I can't believe that actually worked. I just
that
wanna
worked
say.
so well. But that brings us down to Solomon. Redemption time.
Take one action to focus because I got 1 round left in the barrel.
All right.
And let her fly.
That is an attack with a positive twist.
Yeah, so that's a +5.
That is a 9 of tomes. Makes it a 14, which just hits.
And since it is tomes, that triggers. That is my skill trigger. Which I believe I can't find it now. I believe it ignores all armor.
Oh, it did heavy armor.
Yeah, well.
But still.
Yeah, because I
good to
believe
know.
I took skill trigger. Yeah, armor piercing bullet. When damaging, this attack ignores armor. Okay.
Ooh. So even with a double negative twist, that's still moderate damage.
Oh, nice. And I keep forgetting this. Tricky Shot, one of my talents. While making an attack with this chosen skill, may choose to ignore one negative. Not sure how that...
So on the attack, if you had negatives, you could ignore it.
Okay, so that's just for the attack.
Just
okay.
for the attack.
Cool.
So what's your moderate damage?
I believe it is 3.
2, 3. Oof. Okay. They say that this creature is supposed to be very difficult to kill, but y'all are wrecking it right now. Dwayne, last but not least, this thing is severely hurt. It's taken multiple bullets. It's now like has one hand on the rope. It is very much starting to sag. It is leaking darkness.
Well, I will, I guess, focus and try to shoot it myself.
All right. Attack with a positive twist. That is a 13 of crows.
That's exactly what I needed because I only have +1.
Does the crow do any triggers for you?
No, it does not.
At a double negative twist for damage, that's minimum damage.
That's still 2.
It literally could not be closer to death. But that's 2 actions. As you just point blank this thing just straight in the chest. It starts to fade back, literally turning into mist. But just screeches out in defiance. And in its fading moments is going to take its turn against you. Which is just going to be 2 rusty shear attacks. No, you're not even its target. I lied. It's going to take both of these against... No. Hold on. Yeah, 1 against each of you. There we go. For the one against you, what's your defense? 2. That is an 11 of crows, making it a 13. Are you good with that?
Yeah.
That is going to hit at -1 twist for damage. That's minimum. That is 2 damage.
So down to 1.
And against Sam, don't need to roll because that's defense 10. So that's again.
By the way, I don't think I mentioned it. The only armor I have is because I have a pneumatic limb. What was that?
Double 1s.
Wow.
So Sam also takes 2. Sam is also nearly dead. June. Up to you. This thing is barely hanging on.
Yeah, she's gonna take another shot at it. It's been working so far.
Regular
right?
shot or focus shot?
Remind me what that does.
You spend
I've been
1 action
hearing
to
it,
focus, which means that your next attack is with a positive twist.
Yeah, do it.
Well, you got an 11 and a 12 of crows. So that's a 14 exactly again.
Okay.
If you draw the red Joker again,
oh Lord, have mercy.
He does get positive twist on damage with focus, right?
Does focus add a positive twist to damage?
Yeah, I think so. Action and any resulting damage flip.
We have not been doing that. I apologize.
Oh.
I cheated you out of some damage, probably. Okay, yeah. That's the wrong Joker.
Oh. No.
That's the black Joker, which means it does, I believe, nothing.
Nothing.
But double check.
Dang it.
That Joker. Damage dealt, none. Yep. Well, you now have gotten both Jokers for damage rolls, for damage flips. But that was
Luck,
only.
I don't know.
Seems perfect for a gambler, really.
Yeah, you win some. You know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
You take the shot, and it's dead center, but the bullet just gets swallowed by darkness. That brings us to Ross.
I'm not Ross. You're Ross. We're all Ross.
Please go more crazy. Please do it.
No, because crazy is already crazy 1's insane enough. I'm not going crazy 2. So I'm going to actually focus. So Ross is gonna like try to like center himself a little bit and be like, okay, it's fine, it's fine. They're not real. You're not real. They're not real. We're not real. We're all real. So that's his first action. Second action is he's going to take a shot with elemental projectiles. So starting off at add 2, going to 3 with the poison, and increase the damage 3 times.
Up to TN6?
Up to a 9.
TN9?
Yeah.
With a positive
3
twist.
plus 6.
That is an 8 of masks.
No, that's not what I need. Alright. And that's my turn.
Okay.
And I flip another card.
Brings us to Solomon. Can we get the redemption arc that we all need right now?
Well, revolver's empty.
The
So
one
he
action
drops it.
to reload.
It's actually 2, I believe.
Oh, for your revolvers too? I know some are 1.
Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure it is.
You do?
Yeah, reload's 2.
You do still have Sam's revolver. No one took it from you.
Yeah, Dwayne took it.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
So he'll drop his revolver, wrap his hand in the brass knuckles, and I'm going to make a charge.
Okay.
So I get to move my full movement towards him and make 2 attacks. With martial arts, that is at a 3. And for damage, I get to ignore 1 negative flip because of the knuckle duster.
Okay. So your first swing. Buddy. You and the 2s.
Of course it is.
You have another attack, though.
Yep, second attack.
It's not a 2.
Was it a 3?
It's a 6 of crows.
Yeah, that's not enough.
Yeah. Just swinging through. Its body is barely there. You were just hitting darkness.
Alrighty.
Valiant effort, though. The Red Joker is still in here. That brings us down to
me, isn't it?
Dwayne.
Focus and shoot.
Focus and shoot. That is an 8 of crows.
Only thing I'm moving up to is 9, and I don't think that would matter anyway.
You're all just aiming down the bridge towards this thing that is looming over Dwayne and Sam, just trying to claw them up. It has 1 hit point left. And that, I believe, is the end of initiative. It gets 1 more chance to take out you and Sam. First attack against you. What's your defense bonus?
2.
A 7 of tomes. It's only a 9. Gonna cheat?
Sure. I can bring it up to 11 total.
Okay. That means it's only gonna have a -1 twist to damage. Which is good. You saved a severe. It's instead 2 damage down to 1.
We both have 1 HP left?
What was its... It was Tomes. Okay, yeah. And its attack against Sam. I don't need to flip, because we just know that hits. It's a damage with a negative twist, which doesn't matter, as that is moderate. Sam takes 4 and needs to make an unconscious roll, which is toughness of 8 plus the negative. Is that what it was?
Plus the negative wounds.
So Sam was at 5. That dropped him down to -2, so that is a toughness 10. Toughness. Yeah, that's only toughness 8. Unfortunately, Sam goes unconscious. I am double checking the unconscious rules. Page 302. Uh, 312, depending on their rank. They are, what are you? You're a minion. Okay, so yeah, it just, no matter what, falls unconscious and gets a critical injury. It was a moderate damage, so it's a moderate severe wound, which is a 6, which is hyperventilating. Every action that character takes has a target number of +2. Doesn't matter because is unconscious. I think maybe I'm doing that wrong, but that's fine. I will look it up later. June. This thing is just ripping into your companions.
I've had enough of you, buddy. I'm gonna try to do. Well, I need to reload. I have not reloaded. I realize this now.
So I think yours is one action to reload.
Let me. Yeah, I think so. Because we get total of 4 AP, right, for each round?
2.
2. Yeah, no, it's 1.
Yeah, so one action
reloads
to reload.
2 AP.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind. When the turn
Yeah.
reloading. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Ross?
She holds it up and realize, click, click. Oh, hell. Starts.
Oh, no. This thing is about to take out both Sam and Dwayne.
I didn't want to do this, but I may have to activate something. Ross is going to do 1 focus action. And his second action is he's going to do elemental projectile. So it starts off at 2. He's going to do +1 for the poison, so that's 3. He gets +1 because he's insane. So that's 4. And he's going to do increase the damage 5 times, which is the most he can do.
Okay.
So that's 4 plus 10. So I need a 14.
A 14. What's your bonus?
Tomes. And I have a 5. Tomes is clubs, right?
A 13 of crows.
Guess that didn't work. Except it did! So that is a total of 15.
Total 15 hits, and that's only damage with a -1 twist.
Actually, it's negated because I did a focus before on the flip.
Oh.
That's severe damage.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how much?
So let's see. I increased the magic to max, so it's 6 damage, my friend.
6 damage. And we flip a card.
And actually, no, I'm not gonna trigger my spell.
So it's 13 toughness, or he goes unconscious.
Oh, we have a critical effect to redeem here.
True.
That's 4. The organs or critical components of the body were damaged. It suffers 2 additional damage on top of the 6 for a total of 8.
So 15 toughness.
This thing does not roll for unconscious.
Ah.
How would you like to finish this thing?
As my good friend, the wrestler Randy Orton, always says, he has voices in his head, and they tell him what they want to be dead. That's not exactly what he says, but so I'm just gonna hear like whispers, and it's just gonna like overflow in my head, and I'm just gonna like push it all into him, and I'm going to make him explode.
It is just a showering rain of darkness on top of you, Dwayne, and Sam, as this thing just like a balloon.
You're telling me this whole time you could have just blown this motherfucker up? We've been sitting here pecking at it. You could have took a big old bite. Come on now.
In the most calm tone you've ever heard Ross say, "You never asked."
God damn it, Ross.
Solomon is just standing there drenched and covered in this nastiness.
Immediately moving to do first aid on Sam.
Yeah.
He's just looking.
I will assist.
Turns around, picks up his gun. Starts reloading it. While they're doing first aid, I'm going to look for the other one that fell in the water.
Oh, the
If I can
current
find
is
it,
strong enough that it immediately drug it away.
Where's the stone at this point?
You know what? Would you give me your bonus for the heck is the name of that skill?
Notice.
Notice. Yes. What's your bonus for notice?
Oh, I think I'm good at this. Hold on. Oh yeah, 4.
4. Oh yeah, that's a 13. Yeah. Yeah, it takes you a few moments, but go over to pick it up. And for a moment, it seems like it's glowing a little brighter than it should, but it's probably just the moon light just reflecting off of it. Pick it up.
Such a little thing, you sure are trouble. But heck, my dad used to say the same thing about me. Puts it in her pocket, in her breast pocket.
I love June so much.
Yes.
Alright. Yeah. Dwayne, if you'd like to roll your medicine with a plus how much from Ross?
3.
Or doctor, plus
So,
3?
Total of 4.
I said it again. You're not rolling.
Wait, your doctor? You have 1 rank in doctor
Yeah.
and 0 intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, 4.
That's a 2 of rams.
I will exchange that for 7.
So, Sam
he
will...
heals 2.
Total... Yeah, because it's a TN 5, and for every rank you get plus 1, so yeah. Sam will heal 2. Still having just crushed organs, is wheezing on every breath, very raggedly gets to his feet. It's dead.
Dead enough.
Good.
Let's get going.
Give me the hell to jail.
You just start walking.
You...
I'm beginning to think you might be safer at the gallows.
I think you're right. Oh, God. It's not too much further of a journey, but it is uneventful, thankfully. You eventually catch sight of the current guard captain posted there outside of the guild's headquarters. Individual that you probably would know as Sergeant Studwick, who just looks at you, all the riflemen posted up behind him. Evening. What you got there?
One right big pain in the ass.
I ain't got nowhere to put him. He has a couple of the men come down and they throw some actual cuffs onto Sam and drag him off inside. I'll be damned. Damn good work. You, all look like shit, though.
Thanks.
No problem.
You should see the other guy.
No doubt.
Can't see, the motherfucker exploded.
Does that not surprise me? Anyways, pulls out 50 script, hands it over to you.
Let me ask you a question.
Of course.
There's some, folks, it's just monsters, let's say. And they were chasing us, and that's why we look so beat up, because we, kicked some ass. Mostly this one. She reaches over and, pats Ross on the shoulder.
You fought some Neverborn to get here. Damn.
Yeah, that's true. But see, this fella had a stone that was theirs. Sounded like they wanted it. You know anything about that?
I don't know anything about no magic rock. Alright. Probably take it over to the Arcanists.
Oh yeah, that's a fine idea. We ought to take it to the Arcanists, huh? She turns and looks at the rest of them.
They'll pass for it.
Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't draw more of them Neverborns. She shivers.
Everborns.
Recommend you all get a nice night's rest, and you know what? Head on over to the diner across streets. Tell them dinner's on me.
That's mighty kind of you.
Hell, you did us a hell of a favor tonight.
Well, I think I need to go take myself a bath. Clean off all this shit.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what all that was. Better not to.
Probably for the best. I'm not even sure anymore.
Alright. You're all, of course, welcome to get a room, to get some dinner, to get some drinks, and eventually get yourselves patched up. And that's where we are going to bring this little adventure to a close. Holy crap, do I love this game.
So fun.
It's great.
We got 2 crits for damage, 2 red jokers for damage. Yeah. Alright, that is more than enough out of me, though. I do want to pass it back over to my lovely cast and crew, give them a chance to tell you who they are, and if we're working on any projects people can check out, where they can find it. We will start again from left to right, starting with Jeff.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff. I have been your neighborly grave robber, Ross Nelson. I don't have a whole lot of projects on the go, but next week you can see me and my friend Sean for Aliens.
Yes.
And Hooper.
Yeah, and me.
Hooper is also actually on it. I totally didn't forget you, Hooper.
How
I
dare.
never do that.
How?
Slinking.
You know what? No, it comes back alive. It's going to attack you.
No, that's not fair. And yeah, that's it. Sin.
All right. Yeah, over to Sin.
Hey, I am Sin, Synthetic20, Synthetic20 TTV on Twitch and Twitter. I am currently on hiatus from streaming my Vigi games, but I will be returning to streaming comfy, cozy games hopefully next month. In the meantime, I am going to appear here on Friday for a Pathfinder 2e game. And I'm appearing every Monday on Garblag Games, playing City of Mist, where I am a mild-mannered bookshop owner with a case of the Hyde mythos.
Very cool. All right, that brings us over to Marlo, the sharpshooter, apparently.
Evidently.
Apparently.
What's up? Hi, I'm Marlo. You can find me on Twitter at Marlo Bogwitch. That's Bogwitch with 2 G's. Not unlike Snoop Dogg. Definitely not as cool though. And not as much marijuana usage. No marijuana usage. Excuse me. Hey. I do a lot of different things. Right now, I've got a game on Tuesday nights. We'll be starting up again next week over on Other Doc's channel. We're playing Cult Divinity Lost. I'm playing a YouTuber over there. She's kind of annoying, but last week, she got in a spat with another player character, so I don't know what's going to happen with all that. I'm very excited to see it. And then Thursday, tomorrow, we are on our penultimate episode of a Quietus. I have augmented the system, worked with the creator and another friend to kind of create all that and mix it up, change it up. It's a great show. It's set in Texas. I'm a Texas gal. June was an easy pickup for me. Like, it's simple. I do it. It's my whole life is here in Texas. Unfortunately, I love it. It's my home, but it's a place with a problem.
It's a place.
Anyway, so we're playing that over there. There's spooky ookiness, lots of things happening. It's a lot of fun. Next week I'll be over here playing Pathfinder 2e. I just created my character for that. I gotta get my Hero Forge done. Don't come for me. I'll get it done. But other than that, got some stuff coming up. There is a charity stream happening over on Valandrian's channel. I think I said that correctly. I've read it, and I never said it. I read words, and I supplement my own pronunciation in my head. They're going to be running Extra Life, a charity campaign. I'll be running Morkborg over there. I'll be specifically running a game I played over here, right? I'm running Vanity Bleeder over there. I'm running Fleet's game. So I'm very excited. It was awesome. It was amazing. And I had a great time. So I'm going to run it over there for that. So check that out. More coming on that soon. I'll be in Necrobiotic over on High Shelf Collective next month. I think it's Monday nights. Yes. And that's all I've got right now. I am trying to gear up because I realize Spooky Month is next month, and I am not running any spooky games next month. My
gotta fix that.
Quietus ends this month, and nothing running in the month of October. Anyway, I've talked too much, but I'll get with you. I got some ideas. I got several ideas. But I run a lot of horror. If you want me in your horror games, I'm here. If you want me in your southern games, I do that very well. We're good at that. So hit me up. I'm around and I love to play games. So
Heck
yeah.
All right, that brings us over to Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. You can find me here again next week on Wednesday with Hooper and Jeff for more Alien, where I'm playing the incomparable Captain Lex Earhart, who hopefully will be the only one to survive that entire thing. We'll see. Other than that, I don't have anything on the burner right now, other than I am working hard to get my photography business set up and going, so please check that out. Raven Black Photography on Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. And yeah, I will definitely be back here at some point in the future as well, because I just want to bug Hooper.
Also, if we can get it scheduled, I mean, I am more than happy to send you all over to the Arcanist and see if you can get this thing identified. Maybe we'll see a part 2. Are we?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely down for that.
But yeah, I am Andrew, your Games Master, your Fate Master for this evening, and for most evenings around here. I had so much fun. Through the Breach is such a cool system. Oh, I love it so much. I can't wait to actually turn this into like a mini campaign. So excited. But like I said at the top of the stream, we got a bunch of stuff coming out the schedule, so feel free to join us at our Discord. Link is down below. Big old button that says Discord. It's where we post all of our casting calls, our schedules, our cat pictures, our dog pictures, where we generally hang out and be giant nerds. And we'd love to have you. Love to roll some dice with you or just hang out. But that is all of my time for this evening. Our friends over at Weave the Tale are live with some Cyberpunk Red, which we absolutely love. That's another amazingly fun system. And I think only thing I got left is to just be good people, do good things, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.